Hello and welcome to Dinky Park, number 9 in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon game from 1999, in which we have, well, a Dinky Park that has to be expanded in a major way to reach a park value of $100,000 at the end of October year 2. Just a simple smattering of basic rides. You got a merry-go-round, spiral slide, Ferris wheel, pirate ship, scrambled egg twisty thing, and then this little observation tower. That's all we have. This is the full extent of the size of the park. The game calls it 36,960 square feet. That's not large, folks. Not large. Not even in the slightest. Most of the other ones were several times this size. And I think the Evergreen Gardens one might have been, I don't know, close to 1 million even. But it's not the end of the world because we do have access to purchasing this big plot of land over here at $20 a square, and then construction rights over the highway at $20 a square. So, in theory, it's just a small park, not a dinky park, but you do have to acquire that land, and that does cost money. And we do start out with a $10,000 loan, park value of just under $25,000. So we have to make this park value go up 4 times as much as it currently is, which in theory isn't difficult, but we're going to have to be pretty creative in space utilizations. Might not look very good, but we're going to get there. There's a bunch of other stuff we can build, though. Flat rides that save a lot of space are probably going to be a very important thing for us to utilize here. Roller coasters, wooden roller coasters probably right out, just straight up, because unless we build a bunch of stuff over here, we're just not going to have room for it. We do have a couple smaller designs in the classic Mini and the Spinning Wild Mouse that are probably going to be pretty important. And then thrill rides, we don't have anything except the 2 that are already put in. The water ride, forget it. Then we have all this other fun stuff we can put in. But let's go ahead and bump that funding up. And probably not gentle rides, definitely not water rides. So roller coasters and thrill rides going to be our best friends here. In the past when I've played this map, I've demolished all of the rides and flattened the terrain, or at least lowered the hill here, so I have a little bit more flat space to work with. Other times I've just gone ahead and bought all the land over here and then gone to town, but I would like to see how much we can do without purchasing any more land. I don't know if it's going to be possible. We're going to find out. We also don't have a mechanic, so let's get that fixed. Hire a couple handymen and get everything taken care of. The carousel, 15 people in line for it. Everything else is just kind of people do what they want to do. It is what it is. We'll just have to see what happens. But we definitely need to have some sort of way for guests to spend money on food and other fun things. Go ahead and put in our information kiosk right here. Randomize that. Look, all these people buying umbrellas and park maps already? Wow, everyone's buying park maps. Well, regardless, we're going to get this umbrella priced out at $5. If we're all buying park maps, I'm going to raise the price on these things. How about $1? Yeah, they'll buy it. That works. So, like I said, thrill rides, we already have both of these 2. There's a couple things in the gentle ride category that we don't have, like the car ride and the haunted house. But the way this is laid out, not going to be our best friend for pre-built rides in terms of like roller coasters. But I don't think the haunted house is going to move any numbers of people, and it's definitely not going to get our park value up. What's going to have to happen here? Go back to our custom design that actually ended up being decently good. You take a look at how this thing takes up space. It's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. If we can get it to fit in here in a slightly better scenario. See, this actually works. But, ooh, okay. Okay, well that's going to be an interesting thing if that's going to work for us. Because that would take up a decent chunk of space without actually touching the ground. We'd be able to build some stuff underneath it, I'm pretty sure. But it also looks hideous. It looks terrible putting that in like that. So if we go back into the corner here, obviously the pirate ship is in the way, but this would allow us to build here. It would just take away all of our paths because of clearance issues. So that's really not a desirable outcome. If we flip it back to its original orientation, then there we go. That actually does fit. It just blocks off a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, the roller coaster is going to be in the way of the Ferris wheel if we build it anywhere else. So I'm not, I'm not completely opposed to this. It's just going to be ugly. But hey, what do we care? Build that thing. And I'm going to charge, see if we can get away with $4 for this. And then we'll get this guy brought out perfectly level. Except for our purposes, I'm going to just bring this in like so it doesn't completely screw up our pathing here. What this is also going to let us do is attach stuff to the side of the path here. All we have to do is just hold shift and raise it up. Bathroom can go there. Popcorn stall, same deal. And now we've made good use of otherwise dead space. That's hopefully going to go well. Park value, of course, has only gone down, because you know how this works. But in time it'll catch up. Some of these other things I think we are going to end up removing or modifying locations of slightly, but this right here was probably a good choice. Just because all the space in the back of the park that's at the bottom end of this is not really going to be that viable, but we do still have plenty of vertical clearance underneath here to build smaller things, should we so choose. Looping roller coaster coming in, so that's going to be great because we can put those shuttle loops in. That'll help us out quite a bit. But in terms of flat rides, like I said, the haunted house is tall, so it was never going to work here anyway. But if we put in something just for the purpose of, demonstration, this will fit here. The twist, the scrambled eggs, whatever it is you want to call it. This will fit here, so if we have another low ride, then they could definitely go underneath. But right now we have looping roller coaster, our very favorite shuttle loop. Once again, the money generator. The hard part about this, though, is fitting it, because this is still, even though it's a tiny roller coaster, it's still pretty big for this park. And this is the kind of thing where if you have your stuff set up correctly, you could actually make very good use of your construction rights by having this just go out over the highway. And I think that's probably going to be what we want to do. But Cloud 9 here, this observation tower, is probably going to need to have to go. There's basically nobody on this thing. So if we get rid of it, get $194 back. And more importantly, we gain a whole lot of space. Of course, all these guests just walk down the empty queue lines like it's going out of style. Don't get lost. But now we have this space here. Let's go ahead and, since we're going to need, if we end up expanding, we're going to need this space over here anyway. But taking a look at how the stations are going to line up, I'm pretty sure I can get away with just buying construction rights. These four with just like that. Now it doesn't show us where our construction rights are, so we're going to have to just remember. Okay, so that's going to require the removal of the spiral slide. Well, the good news about the spiral slide is it's a very small ride, and it can go anywhere we want. But this, taking a look at our construction rights, this is exactly in one spot too far over. So, sorry about your spiral slide, sorry about your shuttle loop. We got to move you over one more to make this work. Now you notice it'll let me put this guy right here, because that's where the construction goes. And then that one will go there, and then we'll do the exact same thing again. Lose our mind because of the incessant chain hill noise from that roller coaster. And then put that guy in just like so. That makes good use of construction rights over the highway. Kind of fun. Put that in right there. Raise our price. I'm going to say $3. We'll go with that. Should be the easy way to go about it. Can't get to the entrance. Well, hold your horses. You got to give me time to work here. Shuttle loop is no path leading from its exit. Yeah, you have no path leading from your exit. And then that path of there. Of course, they're not going to go on this in the rain. They never do. But they can buy umbrellas. And these are ready to go. Park value all the way up to 74. How about that? All we did was build 3 roller coasters and remove 2 rides people didn't really care too much about. But we are going to put those back, not to worry. Not a complete monster. I do know that some people really appreciate these things. Ooh, that's like the Dr. Pepper vanilla flavor color scheme. I like that. That's pretty nice. So I can put this up here if we move the exit to the merry-go-round, or the carousel, or whatever. Or I could just put this slide right here, but I think I'd rather relocate this to be in the corner like this. Just gonna have to slightly rearrange some of this stuff. So what we're gonna do on the carousel is just move that there, open it back up. What is this set to $1.50? I'm not paying $1.50 to go down a slide, but hey, somebody wants to do that and they want to pay for it, who am I to stop them? Guess can't get to the entrance of Spiral Slide 1. Well, they should have thought about that before they wanted to ride the Spiral Slide. Again, this does not need a long queue. Barely even needs a queue at all. But it's okay. And now we've cleaned this area up a little bit. We might be able to put another ride in here if we want to at some point in the future. Suspended swinging coaster. Probably going to be too big for us to really use. So, taking a look at the roller coaster types. Honestly, we could win this scenario with just what we have here. So I'm going to turn off roller coasters because I want to try to get more thrill rides that are going to be smaller. Everything else... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't connect the other shuttle loop. Oh, that wasn't smart. At any rate, we need some ice cream popped up here, so we'll put that guy right there. I like these, with these little topiaries or whatever. They kind of remind me of Dino Nuggets. So much fun. You know, if we bought land over here, we actually could put in a boat hire. But I don't think we really want to. I think we're probably fine without that. Yeah, I'm not building a steam train around this. It's not enough room, sorry. Well, I'm not that sorry, but I am at least partially sorry. Best value park in the country. Observation tower, observation tower. If I put this right here, I can actually make good use of this space and still use it for other stuff. It might look kind of dumb, but, you know, that's just kind of the way it goes. Send this up to 150 feet. That should be fine. The old one was called Cloud 9. So why don't we just reuse that name? We don't need to have a super crazy time with this. Now, was it 9 or was it 9 spelled out? Well, the AP style guide says spell out letters under 10. And since this is clearly an instance in which that would be a mandatory thing to follow, then that is what we will do. Okay. Oh, I did that. Oh, that's garbage, but whatever. Buy a park map. You won't get lost here. So those 8 people in line. It holds 20, but hey. If it's that popular of a thing, then they'll just walk in it. Spiral Slide 1. It reminds me of Dr. Pepper Vanilla, which probably isn't a real thing, but I think it's Vanilla Cherry. we'll call it Vanilla Cherry. Not a sponsor. I do also like how it just says Shuttle Loop 2. Like, completely unintended. I know that's the naming scheme, but it is pretty funny. It is pretty funny that just like, oh, well, this is the sequel. It's the same thing. But that's also kind of how sequels work, right? They're the same kind of formula repackaged in a different way to take advantage of hype and all that other whatever stuff. So that's the way it goes. I always thought playing this scenario back in the day that this was like, oh, this is your neighborhood kind of sleazy amusement park that like Six Flags wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. So it is kind of fitting to have these weird random cheapo rides everywhere. Oh, we're still in single time speed. And considering how we've already basically gotten to $100,000 park value, I don't think we're going to need to take our time on this. But I will go ahead and hire another couple of handymen. Mechanics need to go ahead and make sure the inspection interval's 10 minutes. Pretty much everything, yeah, everything except for the Ferris wheel was taken out, replaced, or modified. And look at that, we're printing money once again. Let's put in a couple of trash cans in various spots where we think we can use them. Because I learned something interesting. Last night I watched a video on Marcel Voss's channel. Check his stuff out if you haven't. RollerCoaster Tycoon, just biggest deep dive insanity stuff you've ever seen on this game. Apparently, the way the litter bins work in the game has something to do with like a random chance of a guest putting an item in actually being something that fills up the bin. They have a capacity of 3 items. But in theory, it's possible for a guest to use the bin 100 times before it becomes full. It just depends on whatever the percentage chance is per interaction to successfully fill up a slot in the bin. But it could happen in as few as 3, in theory. But it's not going to be likely to. Purple Peril? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's this. This is Purple Peril. Okay, well that needs to be every 10 minutes. I didn't even notice that's what that was named. Alright, Swinging Inverter Ship, Thrill Ride coming into June. I usually really hate these things, but considering this is a very small map, I think this is going to be kind of a necessary thing for us to do. Put these crazy small things in. So I'm going to pop that guy there. And what's going to end up happening with this is this will be an exercise in queue line management. And by that I mean I just doubled it back a couple times. So, okay, what's this one called? Big Boat? Let's be dumb. How long can I go in here? Wait a minute. Boats aren't supposed to go... Aren't sup. There we go. Goats aren't... Goats. Boats aren't sup. Let's just say boats aren't supposed to go upside down. Boats aren't supposed to do this. There we go. That's what that thing's called. And, I don't know if you noticed, but we have go-karts. Go-karts are the ultimate cheat code. We've already won the scenario anyway, so... What we will do... None of these are going to really work, so it's going to be custom design time. And there's much rejoicing. Go-karts are cool because you can really get away with not doing a lot and still have a very successful ride with the go-karts. But the way that this is set up, I don't really have enough space back here to do a go-kart track without running into problems in terms of placing station buildings. So I would have to... I mean, I could very easily very easily just put a station here and then like put an entrance here and an exit here and be perfectly fine, or flip it around or what have you. But the problem is going to be actually getting a go-kart track to go around places, and there's no available land over here or construction rights. That's all on the other side. So for go-karts to really work, they'd have to be something that would go all over the place. Maybe we'll do something else. It is only July of year 1, but again, like I said, we've basically already beaten the scenario. But the launched freefall, it's our friend Escape Hatch. Once again, this is a great ride for small parks because it can go absolutely anywhere. With the exception of underneath the roller coaster, because of course it can't. But there's going to be somewhere in here where it will fit perfectly. I mean, it technically fits here, but that looks terrible. I don't want to mess with that. So if I go back here in the very corner of the map, take a look at how this is lined up, it wouldn't be impossible to have success back here. I'm just kind of concerned. Yeah, this merry-go-round really is in a bad place to utilize the rest of it. It's popular for some reason, but I'll tell you what we'll do is we're gonna disappoint all these people, and I'm gonna move this merry-go-round carousel, etc., whatever, over to a different spot here. Alright, so that clears up a bunch of space right here in the middle. Can't do that, because that's actually on a hillside. We will rename it Carousel, don't worry. I gotta get it to attach to the entrance building. There we go. So it had a pretty tall queue. It's not a tall queue, it's a long queue. But giving it extra space there is going to be nice. We'll call it not merry-go-round, carousel. I can't spell. Open. Not going to fool anybody with the not the same name, or not the same whatever. What am I even talking about? But it's fine. Immediately full. Immediately full. I do not understand. I truly do not understand. But since we were here, let's take the opportunity to kind of clean up this pathing. And this gives us space right here in the middle to put a ride. And I bet you can't guess what it's going to be. Just kidding, you totally can. It's going to be the escape hatch. Because you know why? You know why? I can put this thing here, and I can just swap around where the entrance goes. No, I don't want to build that. I'm going to put the entrance here, then the exit here. And the reason why you do that is because then... I failed to click in the right spot. Get out of here. I want this to not be on that side of the screen. There we go. So used to that being on the left side of the screen. Now, it actually fits. And now we have moved everything except Purple Peril. And that's immediately full. What are we charging for this? $2? Oh, some of them paid $3.90. Oh, that's unacceptable. I'm gonna have to charge $4.10. Except now I got it worse. Well, one more at $3.90, that'll make my total profit even. No, it won't. Why am I even worried about this? There's no reason for me to care whatsoever. It's fine, I guess. There we go. Now it's even. $2.98. Alright, now we can forget about that forever. Top spin. This is another good one. I was also informed in the comments last time that this has multiple settings that I had conveniently forgotten about. But this guy right here, probably not going to be a great place. This one specifically is too tall to fit underneath this, but not going to be too many great places for this to go, depending on how we want to have this set up. The exit for Purple Peril is in a very perilous location, if you'll indulge me on the pun front. But I can put this guy down here at the bottom. The problem is going to be entrance and exit is going to take up a lot of space. Just because of the slope of the land here and the fact that we can't really do anything else with it. So, for right now, I'm kind of tempted not to mess with it. Park value is already way higher than it needs to be. So that's fine. 3D Cinema is another one of those rides that is just like, really? Like, why'd you build this? But I guess people like it. It's fine. Outside of that, I mean, we're in year 2. Let me just make sure we don't have, yeah, $100,000 at the end of October, year 2, and it's 128. It's probably not going to go down enough for us to fail, but I kind of just... Oh, people are busting up our trash cans. That means they're full. And people are unhappy about the dirtiness of the park. So I'll hire another handyman. It's not like there's that much path to mess with anyway. Chairlift? Get out of here. Shops and stalls it is. And then maybe gentle rides. See if we have any more flat rides that are going to fit nicely. Yeah, I do not care about the chairlift. I can assure you I do not care about the chairlift. Yeah, I'm going to have to just permanently assign handyman number 1 to this little entrance gauntlet here. Just to keep this whole thing clean. I'm tired of them busting up my stuff. And there's a bunch of garbage on the ground over here. I don't think anything else has been destroyed, but we're probably okay. I just need to make sure that stuff gets swept up appropriately. And they just keep breaking the trash cans. And I have the handyman here, but there's also 621 guests here, and that's gonna cause a lot of problems with overcrowding. So, yeah, 120 people. This will be one of the only times I actually willingly hire entertainers. Because they will help reduce the effects of overcrowding. So we got this guy in a... wait, why did that... What did I actually attach this guy to? So, fun fact, you can actually apply whatever this is called. Not going to show me a tooltip. Oh, patrol area. You can do that through this little mini window, which I always thought was funny. But, yeah, suffice to say, the power of some dude in a tiger costume cannot be overstated. Let's unbreak all of the everything's here. I think the bench, yeah, the bench was fine. But people really don't like when the path is dirty or the thing is crowded or anything like that, so maybe Mr. Tony the Tiger, not a sponsor, can go ahead and help us out with that for a little bit. Drink stall, maybe they're thirsty. Everything else we've built, I think. Did I build a fry stall? I guess not. Or maybe we did and I'm just dumb, but we'll put fries in. Safest park in the country. Thank you. 126,000. So what else is it going to give us? Okay, now it's a gentle ride. Have we had the fry stall this whole time and I just haven't paid attention? I guess we did. Oh well. So, all of this to say, now that we've moved stuff around, I actually can put in go-karts. If we feel so inclined. It is going to be possible. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be possible for me to utilize this space. We just do right here. We're going to have probably the queue for the go-karts is going to have to go down here, and then the exit will be up there. if I am correct about how this is going to be placed. Is it going to let me get away with this? Okay, so that should be enough to come back. Yep, there we go. I don't think we're going to want to have a ton of carts on this, but at the same time, it would be objectively very funny to have a huge quantity of carts going around a tiny track. So, if we did this, I don't want this to meet all the way up here because this queue line is going to go bop, 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 and then down. So this is going to have, I think it's going to allow me to do this. If not, then we'll just go across the way here, I'm pretty sure. Down, down. But anyway, it's got to attach either here or over there, so this is what we will do. Have a little bit of an uphill. Down into the corner. And then we'll go down. And then we'll go back up. Level off at 40. And then that might actually be all it's going to let me do. So why don't we, instead of... okay, never mind. It appears what we had before was already going to be the maximum we could do. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright. So it is, in fact, going to level out at 40 and then take our little turn around here. So this will be... This is going to have to be a multi-lap race, but let's hide our supports. Oh, no, that's going to completely mess me up. See through... Oh, that's going to be worse. Never mind. I guess I'm just going to be suffering. Do a queue here. Let's see if I did this correctly. If I... I did not. Okay. So, I have the option to just go around this way. Double over here. Now I gotta rotate this again. So that will take me down here, but not be quite enough. So that will go down. That's just gonna take me right into the exit of Purple Peril. Unless we close Purple Peril and move the exit one thing over. Oh, don't you just love this game? So now that's our go-kart queue. And the exit to Purple Peril, if I turn off vegetation, now you can actually get in there. Oh, this is incredibly dumb. Why did I do this? Alright, so this is 16 cars. We'll call it a 3-lap race, should be fine. Oh, but we're absolutely charging more than $2 for this. $4 for the go-karts, and they're gonna flock to this thing like you know what. So, come on down. Get in line for the go-karts. All 16 of you. Wonder what the maximum... Is it 20? I think it might be 20 for the go-karts. So I want to see how long this takes to have all 3 laps completed. And how many guests this can absorb. Because it's really not a very complex track. There's also not really that much more we can do in this area. Alright, so that's lap 1. Blue's in the lead. Yeah, this is going to be quick. And now White's in the lead. Now Blue's in like 3rd place. See, this is the kind of fun racing you can only get at small tracks. Oh, he's so far behind. Alright, so White won. Is he going to get a lap red? Just about. Very, very close. Wait, did somebody get nauseous from the go-karts? Getting on the go-karts. Okay. Well, that was certainly a choice that was made. Wow, 4.56. Yeah, okay. We're gonna roll with it. That works. Like I said, go-karts are a cheat code. So the go-kart is going to get Q-line TVs for whatever I can attach it to. I can't see anything else. I think that's fine. Now, who many? 37 people say it's too crowded. So I guess our guy in the tiger costume has done some good work for us here. But they're still busting up my trash cans. That one got blown up. So I guess the solution is probably just more trash cans. I have 5 handymen already. But we'll hire another 5. Hire another mechanic just to try and keep on top of stuff. And yeah, we can repay our bank loan easy. $157,000 company value. Park value of 140. Folks, I think that's it. I don't know that there's really much else we can reasonably do in the span of this scenario. Aside from hope our handyman can actually, you know, clean up mess. I got 10 of them. This is not a very complicated park. I don't know why they're taking their sweet time cleaning everything up. But all things considered, could definitely have been worse. Definitely been worse. Oh, they're crushing my benches again. Stop breaking my benches. I don't like the security guards in this game because I feel like they never do anything. I know there's a radius that they prevent vandalism in, but like, really? Really? $60 a month for that? Better solution is just to keep the park clean. So I might as well just go ahead and assign each handyman to a specific part of the park. Especially if we're not going to be building anything else. Yeah, so like right here. That works for handyman number 4. The hard part, though, is you get to a certain part of this and you're just like, I can't even tell what I've already assigned stuff to. So I'm going to have to start rotating. This is handyman 6. I'm going to assign him to the exits here and then down here. And I think that might actually be every square. Why is he stuck? Handyman 6 should not be stuck there. Handyman 7. We've already basically assigned everything in terms of land here. So as long as these guys aren't getting stuck, and that's why they can't clean anything. Handyman 3. My guy. My guy, what are you doing? Handyman 3. It really should not be possible for you to get stuck here. Handyman 2 is also stuck. Is this just going to be like a glitch where all the handymen get stuck? Why are you like this? Okay, if I add that to your patrol area, then you don't get stuck anymore. Handyman 1 is not getting stuck. Alright, so I guess that's fine. Somebody busted up a trash can, so we'll fix that. Keep crushing my benches. Man. Does this have a park rating requirement? No, it does not. But this is also, you know, still almost 800, which is pretty good. People just keep smashing stuff, which is annoying. Dr. Pepper Vanilla Cherry is broken down. No! Alright, how are we feeling about here? Queuing for ages. Yeah, well, that's what happens, dude. 53 people in line. It's a 3-lap race. You gotta plan accordingly. Alright, anybody else gonna break my trash cans, or can we wrap this thing up? I think we're probably fine. So, we did purchase construction rights so I could have this go over the highway, but we didn't have to buy extra land. We got a bunch of stuff taken care of, so I think we can feel pretty good about that. We got 700 people in this tiny little square. So, I personally don't think I would like to go to this park. That would be way too crowded. But we did manage to complete the scenario well in advance and make something that's not a complete and total abomination to the eyes and ears. So that being said, we'll go ahead and do our end of episode fun here. I will put this in super ultra turbo mode. But yeah, I appreciate you watching these videos. This series has been a whole lot of fun so far, and there's, I think, like 100 150 scenarios total between all the games. So we got plenty left to get to. We'll see what happens. But Beer Boosters, of course, can't overstate the amount of support that they give to the channel and the value of that, making it possible to do these series on older games, deeper dive, longer run scenarios. Well, not this one. This is a short one. But not having to chase the algorithm has been so much fun doing this stuff, and it wouldn't be possible without them. So I really appreciate that support, and of course you as well, with just you being here, whether it is comments or just watching or just saying hi, whatever it is. Glad you're here. Glad we get to spend this time together. So all that being said, we have 1 month left. That's pretty much it. So we'll just let this thing play out to completion here, put our name on the list, and be donezo. Do we have balloons? We do! Alright, hold on. We gotta put the balloons in, and they gotta be free. Free balloons for everybody. Random color. Just so we can have a whole bunch of balloons pop up on this thing. Random color, this should still be free. Yeah, I like seeing all the balloons come up. I think it's really fun. So that will go once again with the random color. So we got 3 free balloon stalls. I don't know if there's really anywhere else I can put one of these things without it being completely stupid. So away we go. Spark rating continues to go up. I don't see any more busted trash cans, but I do see that one bench, so we'll fix that. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. We have water beavers coming tomorrow and Sunday. I had to remember what day it was. But yeah, plenty of good stuff coming. And we have plenty more on the way, cooking up in the lab, so to speak. But we'll get to that in due time. Just wind down these final days here. Then we'll see all these balloons get released, put our name on the chart of fame, and then that's going to be it for Dinky Park. Yep, there's 31st. And there we go. We achieved our objective with a company value of $161,684. Look at all those beautiful balloons. And there you go. That's all she wrote, folks. Have a fantastic rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.